Hello, it is Sunday, November 26th, 2023. I'm Chris Primo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Sunday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving a large themed grid with a title. This one is named Growth Spurts. And I do see I do see two sequences of shaded cells. Not sure yet what's going on, obviously. We'll find out soon enough. In any case, this Sunday-themed edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Victoria Rajishka, Kathleen Quinn, Quotidiophile, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the five of them. They are, of course, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they keep this series going, they sustain the channel, and allow me to do this every day, for which I'm very grateful. Thank you to them. Thank you to everybody who's a patron of the channel. So thanks if you're among that group. And if you'd like to be, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field underneath the video. There you can find all of the bonus videos available to patrons, including yesterday's weekly mini puzzle pseudo speed solve. So it went up one day late, but it's there now. And having said this, I realize now I'm late with this week's Bossword's Fall Themeless League competition puzzle, so I will get to that. I'll do that today, and look forward to that. All right. Also, there is the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which you can join in the description field link as well. It's a nice, friendly chat community over there, so do check it out. And finally, please do subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and leave a comment if you're so inclined. All of those things help out in their own way, so thanks to everybody who does those things. All right, let's get on to the crossword. This is a collaborative construction by Adam Wagner and Michael Lieberman, who have, I think, constructed a couple of dozen puzzles each. It's entitled Growth Spurts. We do have titles on the Sunday puzzles, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving, see what is going on with this very large grid. And we have, 7, it looks like, of these shaded sequences of 4 cells. We'll have to find out what's going on there. Okay, sweeties. Could be something like Huns, a term of endearment. Oops. Let's see if we can justify that specific one. Who knows? Pub orders. I don't know. Autumn song poet. Is that Auden? Pub order. I guess it could be beers, and then sweeties could be bays, maybe, and then autumn song could be Auden. Okay, this. I don't know if this is correct, but it might these 3 things might not all be correct, but let's just look and see. Pipsqueak. No, I don't think it is correct. Okay, I've got something wrong, which isn't a big surprise. App name for a whirlpool salesman. Oh, it could be Eddie, though, because an eddy is a whirlpool. Princess Di or Prince once. Interesting. I assume this is referring to Prince the musician because it just says Prince. It doesn't say Prince somebody. I don't know. What was this? Did we look at this? No, we didn't. Barbecue buffet offering. Question mark. Okay, this will be punny. Might be related to the theme because we've got this circled selection in there, or sorry, shaded selection in there. Deserved. Recognize doesn't really work. Visibly scornful. Sneery? Is that a word? Could you say sneery? I would say sneering usually, but I think this is probably a valid word. Toy maker Rubik. Right. Is it Erno Rubik? Hungarian inventor of the Rubik's Cube. I think it's Erno. I could be wrong about this. One of the 7 in 7. So this is the film 7, featuring a serial killer who bases his crimes on the 7 deadly sins. So one of the 7s would be a sin. Okay, Princess Di or Prince once. This is going to be clever when I see it, I'm sure, but I can't think what it is. Barbecue buffet offering. Oh, endless something. Pipsqueak. What on earth is this? Oh, a runt. Oh, is beers wrong? That's not what I expected to be the case. A style. Princess Di or Prince once. Style icon. Oh, there we go. Okay, that makes sense. A style icon. Someone who's emulated for their style. Right. Okay. So this bruise could be the pub orders. Okay. There we go. Fair enough. And then deserved is well earned. Okay. Great. That all came together. In check. If something's in check, it's if you have something in check, it's sort of under control. I mean, a king in check in chess could be at threat, but I don't think that's the meaning here. I mean, it could be, but I don't think it is. Let's see. Sound from a den, a roar, a lion's den, I bet. Invent the sound of a cash register, question mark, right? So here's another one of these theme clues. Did we have any ideas about this? Barbecue buffet offering. Oh, endless with another S at least. Does that give me anything here? Sequin-covered undergarment popularized by Lady Gaga. No idea. Shirley Bassey and Agatha Christie for two dames, probably. Dame Shirley Bassey and Dame Agatha Christie. I suspect that they were granted that honor. Disco bra, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Gloater's words. I rule, maybe? Oh, yeah, it is. Musician Parks or Guthrie. Arlo Parks or Arlo Guthrie. There we go. Okay, so this would be a U then. Subatomic particle, a muon. I mean, it's one of those things I've heard of and I'm sure I've read about in the past, but I certainly couldn't explain it to you now. Monday Night Football with Peyton and Eli. Well, I've at least heard of Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, so I think it's safe to put Eli in here. And here's I Rule. Here's Thrills. Sends, if you... Right, okay. Sends. We've come to this before in the crossword. You thrill someone, you send them, you elate them. Okay, so... or maybe make them swoon, maybe more accurately. Endless loin chops? Is that... I mean, this will be something really... I don't quite get what the joke is to that, but I think it'll be related to the theme. So it's unsurprising that I can't quite understand what the purpose of that is just yet. Endless loin chops. Okay, there we go. And what do we have in these cells here? We have inch. So it could be a situation where, well, actually, there's an N here. So we could have inch. I mean, you could imagine all sorts of things here. You could imagine different units of measurements or, inch and crawl along and that kind of different ways of moving slowly. But I think it's probably going to be inch in all of these because they're all exactly 4 letters. And this one has an N. If I do put that in, does it tell me anything? Invent the sound of a cash register. Oh, cha-ching. Coin, cha-ching, right? To coin the phrase cha-ching, which is, the kind of onomatopoeia of a cash register. Okay, there we go. So I think the idea here is just that we're making these sort of punny answers to these clues in a way that includes the word inch, and eventually we'll probably get a revealer that explains why inch is being reused throughout the puzzle. Okay, heaven on earth to the ancient Greeks. Arcadia? In check. No, don't have an idea what this is. Fall blooms. Asters? Flowers? 1982 Stevie Wonder hit. I might recognize it when I see it, but I'm not sure offhand. It's never free of charge. Well, if this is an I, which I suspect it is from the crossing answer, it could be an ion. An ion is a charged, it always has a positive or negative charge, so that could be it. We've got muons and ions, so Arcadia. Home services website. Don't know. Don't think I have an idea about this one. We're not ready to joke about this yet. Too soon. There we go. Whoops. Not too soon, but too soon. So, if you're keeping someone in check, you're keeping them at bay. There you go. Okay. So you are restraining them in some way. And then trying to get a rise out of someone is baiting them. You're inviting a sort of irritated response, perhaps. So 1982 Stevie Wonder hit is Do I Do, probably? Yeah, a reptile with a big bite informally is a crocodile. There we go. Peruvian roadside. Okay, I think it's safe to put inch in all of these. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do that because it's fun to be able to just enter, 16 total letters in this case into the grid immediately. 20 if you include the one I did before. Okay, well, plus the other two, so 28, I guess, in total. Anyway, Peruvian road sign. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one, unfortunately. One's natural habitat. Homeland? I don't think that's right. Home Services website. Oh, I think I've heard of this. Angie's List? Angie, maybe? Uh, never used it, but I think it's maybe you sort of review craftspeople, that sort of thing, maybe. Don't believe one word of that. Maybe this is Angie with an I, because this could start either with "it's a lie" or "I swear," "I swear," something like that. Probably it. Don't believe one word of that. It's not true. No. Oh no, wait. It's not true. Oh, that could be the answer. I'm sure there are other possibilities here, but let's look at the crosses. Language that gives us Mulligatawny and Patchouli. Is it Tamil? I think it might have been fortunate if that T was correct and this is correct, which I'm not 100% certain about. Surprise and delight. Amuse? It's not necessarily surprising. Maybe, well, kind of is. To amuse, I guess to be amused, you have to be somewhat surprised. If it wasn't surprising at all, it probably wouldn't be very amusing. Detector of nonsense, informally. Oh, a BS meter. I think this is working out. I'm sort of surprised that this "it's not true" is correct because it felt like it could have been so many different things. Doozy. I guess it could still be. The "it's" bit doesn't mean the rest of it's correct. Doozy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is where it falls apart. Fully divests one's stake. Sells, sort of divest one's stake. You sell out. It doesn't really make sense. You sell up. I can't think of anything that fits in what we have there. What about this one? Yao Ming before joining the NBA. Right. So a basketball player. I don't know. Boy, entering these inches didn't really give me much help, did it? Actress Taylor Joy, Anya. Okay. Finally, I can see that "it's not true" is not true, because this is Anya Taylor Joy. Okay, so I was just incorrect about that. I don't know though. International pizza chain founded in Brooklyn. Sabaro, maybe? I didn't know that. If so, but just based on the A and the number of letters, it could be correct. Fully divests one's stake. Oh, maybe it is sells up now that I've removed the conflicting letter there. Don't believe one word of that. It's all a lie. There we go. I was close, but not correct. Okay, doozy. It's a real doozy. It's a real, I don't know. Okay, so what about Yao Ming before joining the NBA? What is the situation with him? Oh, a baller in China. Right. Okay. Is that I'm trying to figure out if these phrases themselves are meant to have a kind of pun to them. I don't think so. I don't think they are. I think they're just funny, sort of odd phrases that need inch in them. But yes, a Chinese basketball player. So there we go. All right. Cap that lacks brims. Oh, caps that lack brims. Sorry, I kind of reversed that. Beanies. To search through something is to rifle through it. To show again on television, or for instance, could be to re-air the program. And a big kitchen brand, Oster, I think, they make kitchen appliances. And then to slip up is to air, to make a mistake. This looks like belly fat, which it is. Gut is belly fat. And a doozy is a butte. Ah, that's a real butte. That's a real doozy. Okay, I see it. And one's natural habitat is home turf. Okay. All right. I wasn't too far off with homeland, actually, surprisingly. Didn't expect that to be very close, but it was half of it. English philosopher William of Occam, which is sometimes also spelled OCCAM, which is how I started typing it until I realized there were 6 letters, and so Occam CKH, and Occam's razor is named for William of Occam, and also the I think the inspiration for the character in Umberto Eco's excellent novel The Name of the Rose. Well, I think sort of a combination of Sherlock Holmes and William of Ockham, and his name is William of Baskerville, I think. So you've got a Hound of the Baskervilles reference in there as well. Anyway, mid-back muscle, the lateralis muscles, maybe? They're just over 2 feet, right? Clever. So ankles. They're not 2 feet in length, appropriate to a puzzle with these inch measurements throughout, but they're literally positioned over your 2 feet, your ankles. A nursery purchase is sod maybe, and right, okay. So a garden, sort of garden center, that sort of nursery. You might buy sod to plant something. Okay, campus military group. This is a U.S. Military. I don't know what you'd call it, a division or something, or I don't know, group, I guess, as they say. It's Reserve Officer Training Corps, I think is what that stands for. The amount owed could be tax, maybe. And showy flowers native to Mexico are dahlias. Yes, very associated with Mexico. Well, in both French and Spanish. Oh, right. No, this isn't tax. Sorry. I was thinking tax isn't amount owed. Tax is a more specific version of amount owed, but your tab is your amount owed. That really does specifically mean amount owed. So there we go. And then well in both French and Spanish would be bien, or at least that's the roughly French pronunciation. And then California Congresswoman Barbara Lee, maybe? Actually, not sure offhand. What about this one? Classic name in wafers. Oh, it's either Necco, or it's Necca or Necco. I can't. Necco. I can't remember which. It's one of those two. We'll get there soon enough. The Blank Honors Annual Picture Book Awards. I'm not sure, but I just realized this area up here, this little vacant space of 11 cells is completely isolated in the sense that nothing else we solve is... No, that's not true. We could solve this clue and get some more crosses in there, but I think that's unlikely. So let's just tackle this. Place to rest your head is a pillow. There we go. That's straightforward. To go by air is to fly in an aircraft, for instance. Lake on the Malawi-Mozambique border. Ooh, not sure offhand. Reasons that South American furniture stores have super long lines. Linen something? No, that's wouldn't even be correctly spelled. South American furniture store. So I guess we're going to have the name of the Latin maybe. That's the South American bit, perhaps. Have super long lines. Latin chair demand or something weird. I don't know. I have no idea what this is going to be. Come back to it. Organization concerned with plant-based well-being. Oh, this is clever. OSHA, the U.S. government agency that deals with occupational safety, so workplace safety, and so they're concerned with plant-based well-being. In other words, in a manufacturing plant or a power plant or something, they're going to regulate the well-being of workers. That's a very cleverly worded clue. I don't think I've seen that specific pun before. Your of yore would be thy. There we go, in sort of archaic English language. And then methods are ways. And Lake Nyasa, okay, there we go. I recognize the name, but I obviously did not have it to mind before getting the crosses. Classic name in wafers, Necca or Necco. What do I think this is? Oh, well, very appropriately, crossing with the official snack cookie of the New York Times crossword, Oreo's black and white cookies. So there it is. It is Necco wafers. Should have just looked at that immediately. But we got it. So here we have when doubled fake laugh. I guess har 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 is often used as a sarcastic sort of laugh. And still not sure about these honors. I mean, I remember the Cadbury medal was awarded to children's books. I remember seeing that when I was young, but that obviously doesn't fit here, even though it starts with CA. Where the proverbial buck stops. It stops here. I think it was maybe President Harry Truman who had that on a sort of little plaque on his desk and may have popularized that in the way that it's used now. I think it was a gambling term primarily before that. Okay, I could be wrong about any number of details that I just shared. Items exchanged when a relationship gets serious. Items exchanged. House keys, maybe? Oh, there we go. I think that was the answer, probably. World capital near the 60th parallel. Ooh, I'm not actually sure about that, but it looks like Oslo, doesn't it? So let's try it and see. The blank. Oh, Carl? Oh, right. Because Eric Carle wrote The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Is that the name of that book? So maybe I didn't know that there was an award in his name, and I still don't know that, but I'm guessing there is, based on what I think the answer to this clue is. Okay, oh wait, this isn't chair. So reasons South American furniture stores have super long lines. Latin Chesterfields or something? I don't know. Football rival of the Brigham Young Cougars. I have no idea. Upper left keyboard key. Well, it's a New York Times crossword standby, escape, the escape key, ESC. And at least they're referring to it in completely unsubjective way. Well, an objective way, I guess. It is an upper left keyboard key. Nickname for a muscly Disney protagonist. I don't know. Who's a muscular Disney protagonist? I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious if I'll recognize who this is. French brothers are frères. That's simply French for brothers. And there we go. Destinies are fates. Everglades waiter could be an egret, maybe, a waiting bird. I think that's probably safe with that E there. What tickets may afford? Tickets may afford seats, maybe? Afford in the sense of to afford you, to grant you something, to give you access to it. Poet pound Ezra Pound. There we go. Most of it's already done. To hurl with gusto in Gen Z slang is to yeet something, to throw it, to hurl it with gusto. Some old jets, for short, are SSTs, supersonic transports. Okay, so, all right, I was wrong about all of my guesses. So, Latin chess crazes? Oh, chest crazes. There we go. What on earth is going on with this theme? It really feels like these are supposed to be sort of jokes, but I can't figure out if they are or if it's just the inch thing. Oh, I'm sorry. You've probably all been yelling at me through the screen here. If you remove inch, you get valid phrases. This is latest crazes. And here we have ballerina. Here we have coaching. And here we have endless loops. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've been on an endless mental loop trying to figure this out. And I finally saw it. Oh my goodness, it took me ages. All right. Peruvian roadside. Okay, well, I don't know. I still don't know what that is. We'll come back to it. To release as a trailer could be to unhitch a trailer from a towing vehicle. And then agency that oversees the Secret Service is it DHS, Department of Homeland Security? I didn't know that. That must have been, it obviously changed at some point. I thought it was the Treasury traditionally. Spoke monotonously. Droned. Oh, right. This probably is sequin bra. Here we go. I don't know what else it would be with that. Fill. Photo editing option could be, you could blur a photo, I suppose. And then lock sit footnote abbreviation. So this means in Latin, in the place cited, I think, essentially. So there we go. Photo editing option, right, we saw that blur. The results are in. There we go. Historic quinoa cultivators, the Incas. There we go, staple crop of that part of the world. And then political organization with a quadrennial convention, the Democratic National Committee, I suppose this is, or is it? Is it? Yeah, it must be committee because it wouldn't be convention because that's in the clue. So there we go. Website with info about the stars. I don't know. Oh, I do know. It's IMDb. It's the Internet Movie Database, which has information about stars in the sense of film stars, so, film celebrities. And then Japanese yes would be hi. There we go. The best case situation would be the ideal situation. Funny thing here is that they've chosen to spell it with a hyphen, which makes it an adjective. So they're saying a best case situation, an ideal situation. But I guess had they left out the hyphen, it would have made it a noun. You would have been saying this is the best case. But you could also, ideal could be used for that as well. You could say, oh, well, this is the ideal. It's the best case. So it's funny. I wonder how they decided to make that the hyphenated adjectival form. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. To bother with at is to eat at somebody. An affectionate squeeze of an infant's bottom, ? Oh, it's some kind of pinch, presumably. Oh, baby, probably. Baby. Rump? No, because pinch has the P. Baby. Oh, baby bum pinch. That's funny. And then that phrase minus inch is baby bump. There we go. Addis Ababa, there we go. The city. And setting for many Gauguin works. Okay, here's the painter. I don't know. Do I know? Not sure. What about this one? Bubble tea is boba, the drink with tapioca balls. Milk tea with tapioca balls. And then marathoners wear, it's a bib, right? If you run a marathon, you have a bib with your number on it. Here we have football rival of the Brigham Young Cougars. Right. I have no idea. I haven't the slightest clue. I'm sorry. Nickname for a muscly Disney. Oh, Hercules. I've never actually seen Disney film Hercules, but that clearly is the answer. So there we go. Herc for Hercules. And then resort offering that might include a lift ticket, a ski package. There we go. North or south end would be the pole of the planet or of, I guess, any kind of orb in that sense. Impossible. Not sure. What about this one? One might improve a pupil's performance. A monocle? In other words, if you look through a monocle, your pupil will perform better. You'll see more clearly. I'm just saying monocle as opposed to some other more common form of corrective lens because it's the only one I can think of that would fit in here. What about this? One might be spotted on a farm. A cow? A spotted cow? Maybe? Wraps up. Yeah, I think that might be right because wraps up in fabric would be swathed. So you could be swathed in I don't know, cloth. I don't know why that took me so long. Yoga pose is an asana. An asana is a yoga pose. And then impossible, I cannot, must be the answer there. Start of a famous Kennedy quote. Ask not what you can do, what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I'm sure I didn't quote that verbatim. Cry of faux surprise, a gasp, I suppose. Oh, no, I guess, yeah, it's not a gasp. It's literally the word gasp. If you say gasp, then that's a bit facetious and you're not, it's faux surprise. As opposed to an actual gasp, which would likely be real surprise. Question of introspection. Am I? You could ask about yourself introspectively. Oh, Tahiti. Right. Okay. This certainly isn't something knowledge I would have been able to pull out of my hat off just walking down the street, but I did actually know that Gauguin spent time in Tahiti. But I couldn't tell you, as I say, I couldn't tell you any more than that offhand. Football rival of the Brigham Young Cougars, UTA Hoots? Oh no, Utah Utes. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, that was embarrassing. Yeah, split that up pretty poorly. The Utah Utes, so it must be Utah University, and their team is the Utes. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, fox hunting shout is tally ho. There we go. Peruvian road song. Oh, chinchilla crossing. Oh, that's funny. So there we go. Chinchilla crossing, chinchilla Xing. And then what do we make when we remove the inch? We get chillaxing. There we go. A modern phrase to mean to hang around in a laid back way. Top Chef Judge Simmons. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it looks like Gale, doesn't it? I have to imagine that's what it is. All together. In toto, maybe? Sort of everything included. Let's see. This is producer of sketches in brief. Right, so that's SNL, Saturday Night Live, the sketch show. And then Mississippi City in a Neil Simon title. Oh, Biloxi. That's vaguely familiar, but I can't think what the play, presumably a Neil Simon play, is. I don't know. So I don't know that I've ever seen a Neil Simon play, actually, now that I think about it. And I've seen things based on The Odd Couple, which was his play, but not the play itself. Anyway, sass is lip, to sort of give someone sass, to talk back, to give them lip. What a stilted server receives would be no tip, I guess. Or no, sorry, a stiffed server. If you stiff a server, you give them no tip. There we go. Okay. Although, to be fair, in some places, tips are not customary and therefore they would not be stiffed. But in the US context, certainly yes. Access an account would be to log in or log on. I don't think I can infer which is the case just yet. Most mountainous Caribbean nation, Haiti, I suppose. So that would make this log in, which works perfectly well. And then things that kids are encouraged to break. Interesting. What would this be? Probably ends with an S. Kids are encouraged to break. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't think what this is. One's catching waves. Surfers? No, it doesn't fit. Not sure. Radio waves, maybe? Not sure what that is. 20-sided shape. Well, it's obviously something agon. 20-sided. What would that be? Boy, I don't know. Yeah, not sure, actually. Let's keep looking around. Actress Hedren, Tippi Hedren. She was in The Birds, right? Hitchcock film, I think. Italian wine region is Asti. For some reason, I consistently get Asti and Asta confused, so it could be either. How a Broadway? No, it is this. Okay, maybe I'm starting to drill this into my brain after years. How a Broadway star might break out in song. And something flimsy, a flimsy excuse could be a thin excuse. Obviously, something physically thin could also be flimsy, but could use it either way, literally or metaphorically. One who doesn't have a prayer would be an atheist. There we go. It's not doing much praying. And then a fawn's mother is a doe, so a deer, the mother of a fawn, a young deer. To get by is to cope. And things like, what do we want headache relief? When do we want it? Now. Aspirin chant? Aspirin chants? Yeah, aspirants, and that's a word. Aspirants, very good. Aspirin chants, very clever. Really pleased with this theme now that I finally actually understand it. It took me long enough. Language suffix, so common language suffix would be ease. Many languages end that way. In English, subscribe again would be to re-up your subscription, maybe. And where you might get into hot water. The tub, it's straightforward enough. This looks like piñatas. It is. Those are the things the kids are encouraged to break. I don't think I would have gotten there without significant crosses. I mean, it would have taken me absolutely ages. Okay, bit of soccer or hockey equipment. I don't know, knee pads or something, or shin guards, or soccer or hockey. I mean, soccer doesn't have very much equipment, really. I'm not sure offhand, sorry. Plucked instrument. A sitar, maybe? I think there are probably quite a few possibilities here, so I'm not quite sure. And I'm not thinking of very many of them, so I'm gonna have to wait on that. What about this? Virtual replications for short. Oh, sims, simulations. So the for short just means an abbreviation. Reasons to wear socks post-vacation. Do you need reasons to wear socks post-vacation? That's a strange clue. There's no question mark or anything. It sounds like the kind of clue in this puzzle that would have an inch situation going on, but no. One's catching waves, behind, in tow, in train, behind, lagging, rear end, aft. I cannot think what this is. Losing, I don't know. One of a record-setting 3,234 for Sue Bird. Well, I think Sue Bird is a basketball player who's not related to Larry Bird. That's my memory from the last time I encountered her in a crossword. But I don't have enough basketball terminology in my head to jump to a good guess about this. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. What about this? Tennis's Naomi. Oh, Osaka. This name I have encountered in the crossword enough times to, I think, commit to memory finally. What about this one? Fertility lab supply. Ova, plural of ovum, eggs. Roof toppers. Vanes, weather vanes. The opposite. The opposition. Antis, people who are against something. Reasons to wear socks post-vacation. Right, what is this? Santa something? I have no idea. Antennas? Oh, it is antennas. One catching waves. Okay, right. I think I said, or at least thought, radio waves earlier, but I didn't have any ideas about what that means, and it means antennas. Behind. Oh, you're behind. It is. So one of the things I said was rear end. Didn't think of this synonym, which is your keister. There we go. Oh, assist. Okay, so she's got a record for assists. There we go. Comedian Lydic of The Daily Show. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. Reasons to wear socks post-vacation. Sandal tans? Oh, that's funny. Okay, yeah, fair enough. That explains it. That explains why it's post-vacation. Well done. I wasn't on track to get that. Bit of soccer or hockey equipment is a goal net. Oh, fair enough. I was thinking player equipment, but nope. They shouldn't have been thinking that. Doesn't need to be that. Plucked instrument. Oh, I guess it is a sitar. Is it? 20-sided shape. Isosagon? Oh, Polynesian food is poi. Okay, I guess it is isosagon. I don't think I knew that phrase, but it was the answer. All right, there we go. That's interesting. All right, well, quite a lot of varied knowledge in this crossword. That's for sure. Isosagon, what an interesting looking word. And we had 7 inches throughout the puzzle. And actually, we didn't get a revealer, so we didn't have any. We didn't have an asterisk tying together the theme clues. We didn't have the italicized type, but I guess we didn't. And usually, when that's the case, we end up having a revealer that sort of ties this together and explains why inches. Growth spurt. Oh, I see, growth spurts. Right. Now, on a Sunday puzzle, sometimes the title combines with the theme to kind of provide an implicit revealer. And in this case, I think we've got a growth spurt of each of these phrases has gained an inch and then becomes a new phrase. So there we go. Endless loops has a growth spurt and becomes endless loin chops. Coaching becomes coin ka-ching. That's a very ludicrous phrase. Chillaxing becomes chinchilla-xing, chinchilla crossing. Ballerina becomes baller in China. Let's see. Latest craze becomes Latin chest crazes. I guess it was latest crazes becomes Latin chest crazes. Let's see. We have that one already. Aspirants becomes aspirin chance. And finally, baby bump becomes baby bum pinch. So very good, very well done. I was so confused by what this theme actually signified early on, and I'm very pleased with what it actually is now that I finally have identified it. Very pleased with that. Very clever. Good title, Growth Spurts. Nice, funny little creation. I wonder how they came up with the idea for this specific word being inserted into these phrases. They must have just one of the co-constructors must have just landed on one of them one day and thought, I wonder if I can do that with more and turn it into a crossword theme. I guess that's probably where most of these come from. Anyway, there we have it. That was the Sunday crossword for November 26th. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. I really enjoyed this one. Really interesting puzzle with lots of different subject matter. And I'll be back tomorrow with the Monday crossword, a much simpler but still themed crossword. So join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.